don't like to get into politics in a Toastmasters meeting. But I just can't help myself. I'm absolutely furious with the way a lot of things are going. Now, this has nothing to do with being conservative or liberal, what your choices are religiously, how you choose to live your life, whether you want to be married and you're gay, whether you support abortion. It doesn't make any difference to me. That's not the issue. I noticed when I was sitting over here this evening, every single individual in this room did something. All of you stood for the Pledge of Allegiance and put your hand over your heart and said, "One nation, indivisible." Right now, as a nation, we are more divided than we have been in a long time. We're divided on the issues I already mentioned. Health care, that's a big one. People losing their homes. There are so many different things that we are divided on. We're squabbling like little children amongst ourselves, wanting that candy lollipop, where the winner of that lollipop will be no happier than the loser. What happens these days? How many of you are anxiously awaiting that iPhone 5? Paying close attention. Following Dancing with the Stars. Who's on tonight? Who's winning? If you're happy with the way everything is, and just want to go with the flow, those are exactly the things you need to be paying attention to. Just keep doing what you do. We are not speaking at the ballot box about one thing as a nation. We don't go in there thinking about the first thing we should be thinking about. Tell me if you recognize these words. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union. Anybody going from that? Establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility. Without this piece of paper in front of me, I couldn't do it. My fellow Americans, esteemed guests, this is about the Constitution of the United States. The very first thing that we as a nation, as individuals, need to defend, before we defend your right for gay marriage or abortion or to practice your religion or not to practice your religion, the very first thing we need to defend is that Constitution. And people seem to forget that when they are looking at their small place in the bigger picture. We used to be a nation, proud, home of the brave, land of the free, not land of the free ride. We help each other. We don't support each other 100% by saying, "Oh, here, have this." We are the land of opportunity. We offer free education up through the 12th grade. We have student loans, okay? It's no fun to pay those back, but still, the opportunity exists. The opportunity exists for people to go out and form a business. You hear the rags to riches story every single day. And all it takes is the desire to do so. And that is because we have the Constitution. Some of the things that we have under the Constitution that some people are just like, okay, Bill of Rights, the 10 First Amendments to the Constitution. How many of you can quickly run through the first 10 and come up with more than 3? Really quick. I'm going to give you count to 10. Keep your hand up. I want to see them. You have 2?
Oh, no.
Maybe more than 3.
Yeah, I can get
more
3.
Than 3. What 3 did you come up with?
Freedom of speech.
Mm-hmm.
The right to keep and bear arms.
Mm-hmm.
Protection against illegal search and seizure.
Okay, there's 3. You had your hand up back there. Were they the same ones? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. Freedom of religion. Freedom of the press goes under freedom of religion and freedom of the press, actually the First Amendment. Second one, right to bear arms. Third Amendment, we haven't had this problem in a while, quartering soldiers in your home. Search and seizure, trial and punishment, right to a speedy trial, trial by jury in civil cases. These are things that we take for granted because they're in this document. One of the other things that we don't all, you've heard this one as well. You've heard this one as well. How many of you have served in the military? Then these words are going to sound familiar to you. The first part of your oath. I, state your name, do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That's very important. And these fine people who have served for us know that that oath for them still stands, even though they may no longer be active duty. That is an oath, I believe, all of us need to take to heart to defend our Constitution from all enemies, foreign and domestic. This means you need to pay attention when you go to vote. Don't just go on that single issue swing. You know, I just see people do that. They go, I'm only going to vote for this person because they support that, or they support over here. What's the bigger picture? What are they going to do to help our economy? We are right now, at this time, doing something that we didn't used to do. We used to manufacture goods here in the United States, high quality goods. We used to export food, real food, not genetically modified and engineered food, and help feed the world. We're almost to the point where we may not be able to feed ourselves in a few years. We were proud to be Americans. We were proud of what we stood for. What are we standing for now? I feel that we're not standing for the Constitution. We are not supporting the collective rights of all so that we may enjoy the freedom and have the opportunity to have those individual freedoms. If we don't do this, then there will be a day where you will wake up and go, what happened? And it shouldn't take you by surprise. But a lot of people, it will. Because they're sitting over there with the America's Got Talent, and that's the big thing in life. Now these enemies, foreign and domestic, you have people who walk around purporting to be good Americans. The words come out of their mouths. Their actions do not match their words. These are politicians, these are individuals just walking the street. The other thing you need to keep in mind about the domestic enemy, there's one place each and every one of us needs to start looking for those domestic enemies. So the next time that you encounter this particular enemy, there's a question you're going to have to ask. The very next time you look in a mirror, you ask that person staring back at you, what do you stand for? Mr. Contact,